All right, everybody's been talking lately about the Nunes Memo, and from what I understand, the Nunes Memo has been released, but it's been redacted, and a few things have been edited out, and it's not being published in the exactly the same. It's being blacked out, or So what I did is I searched and searched, and I found a copy of the Nunes Memo that is completely free of redaction or editing or anything. And I'm going to read it to you. But first, I'm going to read a quick blurb about it. The House Intelligence Committee has released the so-called Nunes Memo, a document that Republicans say prove that elements of the Russia investigation are politically motivated attacks against President Donald Trump. The memo, written by House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes, focuses on a FISA warrant against former Trump campaign aide Carter Page during the 2016 campaign. The warrant was obtained by the Department of Justice in October 2016, and the request for the warrant was reliant, at least in part, on a dossier compiled by Christopher Steele, which claimed that Russia may have compromising information on President Trump. The FBI has noted that the Steele dossier was not the sole piece of evidence used for the warrant. The Nunes Memo notes that Mr. Steele's dossier was compiled for the Democratic National Committee and the Hillary Clinton campaign, and that the Department of Justice's applications for the FISA warrant did not note that funding source. So Hillary Clinton paid for this. All right, so here is the memo. I'm going to read it to you as is, and this is not redacted, okay? So this is the Nunes Memo, and it was, I'm looking at it right now, and it was labeled top secret. Now I'm going to put it in the, hopefully I can get it in the video here so you can just read along with me or read it yourself. So it was top secret, and it was unclassified by the order of President Trump on February 2nd, which is a couple days ago. All right, purpose. This memorandum provides members an update on significant facts relating to the committee's ongoing investigation into the Department of Justice and Federal Bureau of Investigation and their use of Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, FISA, during the 2016 presidential election cycle. Our findings, which are detailed below: number one, raise concerns with the legitimacy and legality of certain DOJ and FBI interactions with the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court, and number two, represent a troubling breakdown of legal processes established to protect the American people from abuses related to the FISA process. Investigation update. On October 21st, 2016, DOJ and FBI sought and received a FISA probable cause order not under Title VII, authorizing electronic surveillance on Carter Page from the FISC. Page is a U.S. citizen who served as a volunteer advisor to the Trump presidential campaign. Consistent with requirements under FISA, the application had to be first certified by the director or deputy director of the FBI. It is then required to have the approval of the Attorney General, Deputy Attorney General, DAG, or Senate-confirmed Assistant Attorney General for the NSA, the National Security Division. The FBI and DOJ obtained one initial FISA warrant targeting Carter Page and 3 FISA renewals from the FISC. As required by statute, blah, blah, a FISA order on an American citizen must be renewed by the FISC every 90 days. And each renewal requires a separate finding of probable cause. Then Director James Comey signed 3 FISA applications in question on behalf of the FBI and Deputy Director Andrew McCabe signed one. Then DAG Sally Yates, then acting DAG Donna Boente, and DAG Rod Rosenstein each signed one or more FISA applications on behalf of DOJ. All right, well, I'm gonna break this down for you. Basically, Comey, okay, Director Comey signed these to spy on the Trump presidential campaign person. So, and then Comey, everybody knows Comey's in Hillary Clinton's back pocket. And Hillary Clinton paid for this. So Clinton paid Comey to sign these warrants so they could spy on Donald Trump. It's as simple as that. All that gobbledygook, I just broke it down for you. That is the simple result. All right, go back to the menu. Back to the memo. Due to the sensitive nature of foreign intelligence activity, FISA submissions, including renewals, before the FISC are classified. As such, the public's confidence in the integrity of the FISA process depends on the court's ability to hold the government to the highest standard, particularly as it relates to the surveillance of an American citizen. However, the FISC's rigor in protecting the rights of Americans, which is reinforced by a 90-day renewal of surveillance orders, is necessarily dependent on the government's production to the court of all material and relevant facts. This should include information potentially favorable to the target of the FISA application that is known by the government. In the case of Carter Page, the government had at least 4 independent opportunities before the FISC to accurately provide an accounting of the relevant facts. However, our findings indicate that, as described below, material and relevant information was admitted. So again, Comey just signed this stuff on behalf of Hillary Clinton to spy on him, and he didn't follow procedure. Hillary Clinton, James Comey should go to jail for this. It's simple. Okay, the dossier compiled by Christopher Steele on behalf of the Democratic National Committee, DNC, and the Hillary Clinton campaign formed an essential part of the Carter Page FISA application. Steele was a longtime FBI source who was paid over $160,000 by the DNC and Clinton campaign. Again, Steele was paid by Clinton via the law firm Perkins Coie and research firm Fusion GPS to obtain derogatory information on Donald Trump's ties to Russia. Neither the initial application in October 2016 or any of the renewals disclose or reference the role of the DNC Clinton campaign or any party campaign in funding Steele's efforts, even though the political origins of the Steele dossier were then known to senior DOJ and FBI officials. Translation, Comey. Okay? Comey knew about it. Didn't care. Well, he's paid. Comey's also being paid by Clinton, so it's all just everybody's in everybody's pocket. Back to the memo. The initial FISA application notes Steele was working for a named U.S. person, but does not name Fusion GPS and principal Glenn Simpson, who was paid by the U.S. law firm Perkins Coie, representing the DNC, even though it was known by the DOJ at the time that political actors were involved with the Steele dossier. The application does not mention Steele was ultimately working on behalf of and paid by the DNC and Hillary Clinton, or that the FBI had separately authorized payment to Steele for the same information. Great. So it looks like Comey was trying to do anything they can to go after President Trump, and he was getting paid by Hillary Clinton. Okay, on to the menu again. Memo. The Carter Page FISA application also cited extensively a September 23, 2016 Yahoo News article by Michael Iskoff, which focuses on Page's July 2016 trip to Moscow. This article does not collaborate the Steele dossier because it is derived from information leaked by Steele himself to Yahoo News. The Page FISA application incorrectly assesses that Steele did not directly provide information to Yahoo News. Steele has admitted in British court filings that he met with Yahoo News and several other outlets in September 2016 at the director of Fusion GPS. Perkins Coie was aware of Steele's initial media contacts because they hosted at least one meeting in Washington, D.C. in 2016 with Steele and Fusion GPS, where this matter was discussed. Steele was suspended and then terminated as an FBI source for what the FBI defines as the most serious of violations, an unauthorized disclosure to the media of his relationship with the FBI on October 30th, 2016, Mother Jones article by David Korn. Steele should have been terminated for his previous undisclosed contacts with Yahoo and other outlets in September before Page application was submitted to the FISA in October, but Steele improperly concealed and lied to the FBI about those contacts. Steele's numerous encounters with the media violated the cardinal rule of source handling, maintaining of confidentiality, and demonstrated that Steele had become a less reliable source for the FBI. Before and after Steele was terminated as a source, he maintained contact with DOJ via then Associate Deputy Attorney General Bruce Orr, a senior DOJ official who worked closely with Deputy Attorneys General Yates and later Rosenstein. Shortly after the election, the FBI began interviewing Orr, documenting his communications with Steele. For example, in 2016, Steele admitted to Orr his feelings against then-candidate Trump when Steele said he was desperate that Donald Trump not get elected and was passionate about him not being president. This clear evidence of Steele's bias was recorded by Orr at the time and subsequently in official FBI files, but not reflected in any of the Page FISA applications. During the same time period, Orr's wife was employed by Fusion GPS to assist in the cultivation of the opposition research on Trump. Even his wife was in on it. Orr later provided the FBI with all of his wife's opposition research paid for by the DNC and Hillary Clinton. According to the head of the FBI's Counterintelligence Division, Assistant Director Bill Priestap, corroboration of the Steele dossier was in its infancy at the time of the initial Page FISA application. After Steele was terminated, a source validation report conducted by an independent unit within FBI assessed Steele's reporting as only minimally corroborated. Yet, in early 2017, Director Comey briefed President-elect Trump on a summary of the Steele dossier, even though it was salacious and unverified. While the FISA application relied on Steele's past record of credible reporting on other unrelated matters, it ignored or concealed this anti-Trump financial and ideological motivations. Furthermore, Deputy Director McCabe testified before the committee in 2017 that no surveillance warrant would have been sought from the FISC without the Steele dossier information. So again, they obtained this warrant to go after the Trump person because of the Steele dossier, and he was totally against Trump and working and paid for by Hillary Clinton. Here's a prediction for you: that Steele guy, he's gonna have an accident. I think he's gonna be going somewhere and maybe trip on some stairs, or he might just accidentally fall and bang his head on something, or but that Steele guy is going to have some kind of an accident. Just a possible prediction there. All right, now go back to the memo. The Page FISA application also mentions information regarding fellow Trump campaign advisor George Papadopoulos, but there is no evidence of any cooperation or conspiracy between Page and Papadopoulos. The Papadopoulos information triggered the opening of an FBI counterintelligence investigation in July 2016 by FBI agent Pete Strzok. Strzok was reassigned by the Special Counsel's Office to FBI Human Resources for improper text messages with his mistress. Great. FBI attorney Lisa Page, no known relation to Carter Page, when they were both demonstrated a clear bias against Trump. Another FBI person against Trump here. And in favor of Clinton, who Strzok also investigated. Let's see what else here. Well, that's the end of the memo, and it basically said, I'll give you a rundown on the memo. It basically said that they investigated the Trump person and to try to get bad information to help Hillary Clinton's campaign. They did it using biased information. They didn't follow the law. And the people that they used, the information they used from, were obvious Trump haters. And it was all approved by Comey and a few other FBI people that were getting paid. And all of it was paid for directly by Hillary Clinton in a roundabout way. They went through this, went through that, went through a law firm. Doesn't matter. Hillary Clinton and the DNC paid for all this. So again, it's just dirty pool. It's horrible. They'll do anything they can to try to win, and it didn't work. Well, good thing about all this is it didn't work, and Hillary Clinton did not become president. So all you snowflakes out there and libtards, guess what? Hillary Clinton lost. Okay? Get over it. And that is the memo right there. And I'm signing off. So everybody have a great day, and MAGA.